Welcome, guys.
Welcome, guys. Hello. Welcome to Everyone Wants 100%. I'm Shawanda.
And I'm Jaleesa.
And this episode is unscripted. It is our Salon Chat. So I'm excited because we have our friends here and we are just going to talk.
Yes,
And
we're
they
going to
are-
talk about the real things, like things that go on in our lives and probably things that you guys can also relate to as well, too. So welcome.
Things that happen in the salon.
Yes. So primarily when you're in the salon, the idea behind Salon Chat was when you're in your salon chair, your stylist is doing your hair, whosoever, you giving them the tea, baby. So we just want to be able to replicate that and give you a safe space to be able to talk, whether it be our friends, our supporters, anybody. They could just come and talk.
Yes.
And chit chat.
Because-
So I'd love for you ladies to introduce yourselves.
Yes.
So who are you and what do you do?
My name's Rosita, and I am the founder of Earth by Roro. It is a natural plant-based product business I started in 2019.
It's good, y'all, too.
Yeah, ooh, thanks for that. Putting that little shout out. Yeah, and I'm just happy to be here to support my friends because this is tea time.
Yes.
Tea
And
time.
Whitney?
Yes, and I am Whitney, and I actually do health and safety for a living. So,
I know that's
yes.
right. So if y'all want to be healthy with safety, y'all hit
Yes,
up me.
absolutely.
And we got our regulars here, me, Sha, and
Mike B.
all right. Then. So this conversation, it is unscripted, but it's going to go a little different. So we do have our bonnet here.
Yes.
Our So Brooklyn bonnet. Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
We are going to go ahead and pull out topics out of the hat, and then we're going to just have discussions with it and chime in. Does anybody want to start?
Go ahead, Rosita.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah, here you go.
Go
Pass it down. Pass
All
the
right.
peas.
Pass the peas. Pass
Hey.
the bonnet. Okay.
Pass the bonnet. I love
Dun,
it,
dun,
though.
dun.
Ooh.
Oh, it's Sunday.
Uh-oh.
What's the first one?
Sex.
What? OMG.
That is my
Jesus
favorite topic about it.
My
That
peas
is
not
my
even
favorite topic in the bonnet.
On the good Sunday.
Well, it's actually not
Wednesday.
Sunday. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. It's actually Wednesday. I don't know why I keep talking about this Sunday.
This is unscripted. It's okay, guys. It's
It's
all right.
Wednesday.
It's Wednesday when it comes out.
Yes. Right. So
We didn't say live.
So,
Yes.
yeah.
right.
So,
So you okay? You want me to break the ice?
Ooh, yes. Please.
Now y'all
I
both
can,
going,
like,
yes.
you know.
This is Jaleesa's thing
know,
here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is so.
Can I pick another one? You do this one, and then I'll like.
We all talking about it. We're all
we
giving out.
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not just so
Okay.
we're all gonna chime. So I
Yes,
said I'm
we
gonna start
are.
it, and then you guys
Teamwork.
can finish it.
Okay.
So I want to start the conversation with how do you communicate to your partner that they're pleasing you? Because a lot of times, as women, we go around and we're with these men and we're with them for these lengthy amount of times, and they not giving it to us right. They not opening the back door. Like, what are ways that you communicate to your partner and let them know, like, babe, you gotta get in the back door.
Okay.
Not the last
Well, I
thing that
just
went
want-
in the bag.
I
That
just
was
want
the
to
last
say,
topic.
what do you mean? What are some ways?
Right, because I needed some clarity on that too.
Yeah, what are some ways? Because I could say I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say, hey, boo, like last night
We're different.
I didn't really get to that point.
You gonna tell a man I didn't come?
Yeah, like I didn't get to that point, so
Why can't you tell a man you ain't come?
Because there's something called the male ego. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man up.
Man up.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So you would tell your partner, like y'all would tell them verbatim, like you didn't get me there last night. Like do better.
Well,
It depends on the, I guess it would be, for me, how long you've been in the relationship. Like, if it's a newer relationship, you guys are obviously learning each other, trying to figure each other out. So you have to, I guess I would say to them in a nicer way, like, hey, boo, like, last night was all right, but it wasn't.
And now he gonna go cry in the car.
Yeah.
Well, that's not my problem. Like,
that's definitely.
Now he gonna go cry in the car.
Well,
Yeah.
what would you, what?
I mean,
I
but
think-
it don't have to wait until the next day
Oh,
either.
it could
We
be
can
right
tell them in the
after.
moment.
Okay.
You ain't even giving them no chance because he's sitting there hot and sweaty, like,
But you might.
this was good, baby. And here you go. No,
I'm
wasn't
not
it?
done. Like,
Okay.
let's-
Okay, I can see I'm not done. I can see that.
Like, you could do it a little cute way. It don't have to be like, well, you ain't do what you're supposed to do.
I think in the moment it seems a little bit more harsh, right? But
No, you
Okay.
can guide.
What about you, Rosita?
You know, I knew you was gonna say that. But I feel like it's more about, guiding and being in tune with the energies of you and him, and just making sure that if you want something, you say it in that moment, but you can say it in a way where
It's
it
sexy.
connects to them.
It's
you know what I
sexy.
mean?
You
So it's like, hey, go
Yeah.
there.
Rosita is
don't
like she
dare.
probably be whispering sweet nothings.
Yeah. You know,
Because
I'm a
everything she said was so
talker. I'm
sensual.
definitely-
Like,
Yeah.
if you would have told me
I got
I ain't make you
excited.
come, I would have been like, what I gotta do to make it
Yes.
better?
Saying it.
Yeah.
What I gotta do to make it better? Like, I feel
So,
bad.
and you don't want to emasculate them. You want to
No.
make sure that you're, tapping into that soft side that they have. So you just telling them in that moment, or even directing them without telling them, so they know when you direct them, that's where you want them to go.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
a
gotta
good
let me
one.
write that down somewhere in my notebook.
Yeah,
so I
Because
can
the
do
way
that.
you approaching it,
I'm in the
No,
moment.
I know.
I'm telling you in the moment.
But I can see how that can be a situation or a topic where you don't want to speak up, because there's a lot of times women do discuss not being happy with their man sexually, and it's like, well, what am I gonna do? Because I don't want to hurt their ego. I don't want to make them feel like less of a man, but I really, really like them. But if you really, really like someone, I do believe that communicating with them is the only way to go, because how you gonna know if you don't speak? Closed mouths
and
don't
it's
get
gonna
fed.
stay the same way, and you gonna still be unhappy.
Yes.
And maybe he wants something else too, and he not saying it. So if you start that communication,
I like
then that
that
opens
too.
up
It
that
opens it
dialogue
up.
between the both of
Yeah, I
y'all.
don't
But
know
you
how I feel
gotta
about
know.
that. I don't like when I bring up a topic and then you wanna ride the back of it.
Whoa, we're on the topic.
Yeah, like I don't like that, because now I feel like you trying to as an eye for an eye.
No, I don't look at it that way. I feel
but
like
the
if
same
we're
way
on it, he probably feels more comfortable. Like, well, babe, now that we talking about it, you didn't lick that little part right, and I just want you to know I'm into it, but I need you to do it
I
some
think
more.
I'm gonna get a little defensive in that moment. You should have brought it to me and told me that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing right.
But
you
he
know?
also,
But you
maybe
just said it.
right.
What? Oh, he was feeling the way I was feeling, right? Okay. Well, why was I woman enough and you're not man enough?
No, it's all about communication styles, like knowing your partner and how to communicate.
Yeah,
you know what I
that's-
mean? Because if you don't know your partner and you're communicating in a space or a place where he can't receive it, then it's always gonna come like it's an attack. So if they know you,
Yeah.
they know how to come to you, and they, it's not kind of like an elephant in the room.
But I feel like if you did that the next day, you're creating that elephant. Because now it's like, it's middle of the day. It's not a, whatever.
You took 13 hours to tell me.
And like, well, last night when we was doing it,
Right.
it just didn't do what it was supposed to do. Whereas like if you...
Now he at work, got
Right,
attitude.
and now he's thinking about it like, damn, all night, and I like...
Is that building momentum though to come
Right.
home and be like, oh, I'm gonna show you now?
Ah,
That's what I would do.
but
I'll
if
be
you
on
had
my
said
Zoom
something-
like,
But if you say something in that moment, he might have fixed that.
So you
real
must be
quick.
great at communicating, Whitney.
I think I am. I think I'm
Okay.
a great communicator, honestly. I
okay.
think that is one of my strong suits.
Oh wow,
I
that's
do.
great. That's
Ditto.
good.
all right, well, I think we should go on to the Whitney. Pick something from the hat.
Yes.
This is
so
Brooklyn
cute.
bonnet on.
Yes. What's your
right.
topic?
Mom life.
Oh no.
Oh,
OMG.
Oh,
Mom life. Might be.
Listen, I was just putting in things we normally talk about.
yes.
right.
In the
Okay.
salon chair, I do.
Sharon.
Yeah, I do get a lot of talks with children, and I say new mom, like
You're not a new
I'm not a
mom.
new mom anymore.
You're not a
I'm
new
6
mom.
years
In.
deep.
I still
in.
call myself a new mom, and my eldest is about to be 11. So.
Why?
Well,
I'm new here. I feel new.
It
I'm not
feels like
really
my
not
mama in the amount of years she got me matched up against her. I'm a new mom, you know.
No,
'Cause
I'm not new.
I think that
you a veteran.
Yeah, I'm a veteran.
I'm a veteran. I still think of myself as new.
veteran. Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, you are.
Yes, you see
So-
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Thank you.
She
Thank you
is.
for
She
that.
been in this
I was
the-
so
way
empowered.
longer than y'all.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this for quite some time.
That's why you got that first pull.
Yeah.
Sex.
That's how we got here.
Right. So, what are some of the challenges that you face being a mom?
I feel like I have this thing where I want them to always just not fail. And I feel like if something is going wrong with them or they're not succeeding in the way that I see it, I feel like I'm a failure. I know it's wrong to feel that way, but I feel that way.
You're fearful in them failing.
Yes,
Really?
because
You
I
feel
feel
like
like
you
it has
didn't-
something to do with
With
me,
something you didn't
but
do.
sometimes it has nothing to do with me. You know,
Mm-mm.
children are
Their
their
own
own person,
person.
Right.
so they get to choose what they want out of life, the direction that they see for their life. Even though I feel like as an adult, I have the blueprint. You know, if you do this, this will happen. If you do that, this is a natural consequence. But sometimes life doesn't work like that, and they have their own way of seeing life, and it doesn't align with mine sometimes, and that's okay. And I just want to be okay with knowing
that being
that
okay.
even if they do fail, it has nothing to do with me. I did my best. So that plagues me all the time.
Right.
My daughter is 23. She's going to be 24. I am always worried about life. You know, especially with the society now, it's totally different than when I was 23. So I just am fearful. I don't want to be, but I am.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things that you do to like bring yourself into knowing like, all right, it's
She
gonna be
got
okay.
this.
She got this. Like she has to walk her own walk.
Right.
So you just gotta
It
sit
don't
in
sound
it.
like it's
I know.
anything.
I'm in constant communication. And I
She's
mean
like, girl, it's a work in
that
progress. I didn't say I had solutions.
I'm in constant
Communication.
communication.
What about you, Sha?
Constant.
What challenges do you feel like you face as a new mom?
Well, I don't know if this. Well,
She
this,
ain't new.
this
She is not.
I mean, according to you, she knew it. You know.
So, challenges, I am also, I would say, fearful, because I know I just want to be a better mother than my mom was. So I'm always like, okay, this didn't work because I turned out like this and I have these feelings towards this. So I have to do it another way. So I'm constantly trying to just do things differently so that way I can create her being a better adult than I am.
But do you also bring some of those good things that your mom did bring to your life into your children's?
I
or are
don't
you
think that I
completely
always.
rescripting it
I don't think I completely always. I think I look at the bad things more.
Okay.
I think maybe the good things just happen naturally, so I'm not aware of all the things that I'm doing that she did do well, but the bad things that stick out. So I'm always fighting against that. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I have to be more aware so that way that it translates and they grow up to be a better human.
What about you, Mike B?
Because
Because it sounds like the consensus is fear.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm fearful of a lot of things. I want to be really intentional at all times. And I think I struggle with giving myself grace because I have all these things that I want to do and these check boxes. I'm the checkbox person. So if you relate to that, I am the list girl. I am the calendar woman. I am the checkbox. We going to have an itinerary. I am that girl.
Every time.
So when I deviate from the plan that I have set forth for myself, I have a hard time giving myself grace.
Oh my God.
If I have a moment with
Can I
the
get an
kids and I'm
amen?
like, oh, I could have did that better, I beat myself.
So here's where, and I feel like a lot of other people can relate to. We are the girlfriends of the girlfriends who have kids.
Yes.
And we see, and I don't know if you can speak the same way, Whitney, but we see you guys doing it. We see you in it. We see how good you are. And we just, me, I'd be like, you just met them. You knew me longer. Listen to what I'm saying to you, girl. You got this.
Yes.
And you
she
are
says that a
doing
lot.
it. And you are the best mom that those kids can have.
Right.
Yes, you have your moments. Yes, you do things that you feel guilty about, but you are the better version of what we want.
Oh, you was
So I want y'all to remember me saying this because y'all are so hard on yourselves as
Right.
mothers.
And I don't know why. I feel like all of my friends are like that. And I don't understand why
It's
you guys
just a generation.
are so hard. And I feel like you guys do an amazing job. Like
They don't even know nothing yet.
It's the
I
generation
know.
that
I feel like you guys are
We
doing
had
like
rough
so
lives.
much.
Yes.
we had rough lives, and I feel like because of that,
You're just
it
so
kind of
gun
makes
ho
us very-
on making
yeah.
it better, but you
We're breaking
are already
generational
doing
curses.
it.
Thank you.
We're-
Generational
And
curses
every
is
time
real.
you turn
Breaking
on
those.
your social media, that is what they, well, at least on my side of social media, because I told y'all I watched the mom talks and the clean talks and making the stuff from scratch. Everybody's talking about breaking the curses and being the best you can, and
But
it's almost like
have fun. Let your head down.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
The kids are
It's
having
so
fun.
easy.
The kids are having fun.
And remember when we used to have fun as adults?
I'm talking about
Adulting.
having good. And you know what? I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, I really don't look at my mom friends as mom friends. I still look at all of you guys as my friends. I get that you guys are parents and you guys are awesome parents. But I just that's my friend.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
That's
I
so
don't
dope.
put you in another box now because you had a baby and
Right.
being a mom friend. Like,
But our lives changed
It
so
has.
drastically that you gotta put us in that box, boo.
Because we can't do all the things, honey.
And
Right,
that's
so now
fine.
we gotta pivot. Now we gotta pivot.
And I
We
feel
gotta be able to hang out with you and the kids. I'm gonna get to
Right.
know them too, just like you.
And we pivot all the time. I feel like we
Yes.
pivot in life. It's not even just about being a mom. You have to make pivots. You make pivots in your
business.
businesses.
Yes.
Everywhere you do. So I just don't look at you guys as my
I
mom.
think that's
friend.
my
dope.
I think
sweet.
that's dope because
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
dope.
how I look at it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like you saying that gives clarity to be like, oh, Whitney still loves me because I was I'm that cool girl still.
Right.
But
now you
like
just got two little munchkins.
now that's
like,
that's not
love
how I
more
feel.
too.
I think that when I became a mother, my life shifted 100%, not
Absolutely,
90,
yeah.
not 80, not 50. It was literally 100% shift. And I had children at a later age. So I do believe I was comfortable in what I was doing. I was going where I wanted. I didn't have nobody to look after. I didn't have to answer to anybody. And then this hard stop. Reset, reprogram, life just
Yeah.
all up in the air, and I'm just catching the balls
Yeah.
like this, and then I'm being.
I agree.
I'm so intentional, like Mike B. So it's always heavy on my mind, so it doesn't feel like
Yeah.
I'm the same person, you know.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that.
I think you've just added additional qualities to your own
right,
characteristics.
I got some more things on my resume
I don't
now.
look at it like
To her resume.
Look, you
Right.
just did a whole 360 and you're no longer Shawanda anymore. Like, you're
She's
a mom.
not. She is a different person, though. It's an
She
evolution.
added, but
It's
that's
an
what I'm saying.
evolution.
She
I like that.
evolved. She added to her, she's still my friend.
Yeah.
In this situation, the people who are friends of moms who have kids, you guys have to still love on them and still support them and communicate and let them know that I still love you, girl. You just got 2 kids now, so I got to figure out how to love on you differently, but I still love you. And then for the moms who are out there doing it, remember who you are. Okay?
Because you forget.
Because Mufasa, I don't remember right now who it was, but they said it. Remember who you are. Oh, all right. So we're going to pass the bonnet like we used to do. Pass the bonnet like you used to do.
Pass the bonnet like you used to do. Okay, family. Oh my gosh.
That's heavy.
This is
Right.
So family therapy, right?
That's it.
Well, I'm here for
Family
you. I'm here for
therapy.
you.
I'm here for you too.
I'm here for
Family.
you.
But you know what I do like being an adult? You get to choose your family.
Yes, that is so
You
true.
get to choose your family because there's a couple of relatives that I don't really particularly talk to, but my family, like you ladies, I get to choose you guys. I get to choose who I want in my space every day, who I want to teach me and hone in and tell me, girl, you fucking up, or girl, congratulations.
Yes.
Like you
And
get to
share
choose
those moments
those.
with-
But
I like that.
I think we all got rocky family
Situations. That's
situations.
life.
Isn't that everyone?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
is it?
everybody.
Yeah.
In my imaginary world,
You
I
don't
believe
think
that
so?
it's a
So
family
I
that's
talk to my brother a lot of times,
no.
right? And he's always like, because he's in California and he's always surrounded by people who are very family oriented. And he'd be like, you know what? I just talk to them. I'll be like, it's not like that in my family, man. And I'll be like, really? Like, why you gotta sound like that? He'd be like, these people out here, man, they stick together, they talk, they this, they that. And I really can't feel for him in that way because for me, I'm just like, numb to it. Like, I don't know what that feels like. So I don't know how to mourn over it because it's like, my family, I'm not close with either side. Like my mom's side, I'm not close with. My dad's side, I literally had my mom and my dad growing up. That's my family. And I know there's aunts and uncles and grandparents and they cousins, and they all have like family chats and group texts and this and that. And I'm like, wow, even Whitney is one of them. I feel like, Whitney, you in a group chat with your auntie?
Yep, it goes off all the time. Bing, bing, bing. I'm like, yo, I gotta work.
The only group chat I got is with y'all.
Right. So, like, being family oriented, I feel like that's part of one of the things that I'm very intentional about now because I want to create that for my kids and be connected more with you guys.
That brings back Jaleesa about making your own family. So although you don't have a tremendous amount maybe of those people to be family, you now have us and that becomes now your extended family and their kids and they become the cousins and everything else. So I just think that
we've had many instances of our like family outings
we
together,
spent the
which I
whole
love.
Thanksgiving together,
Which was
sure
beautiful.
did.
which was so beautiful.
and I
that's
can't wait to do it again this year.
Right.
know.
And it's so crazy because growing up, my mom, her best friends were my aunties. Like, that's my family.
Yeah.
So, like, we would always go to my auntie's house for Thanksgiving, but things happen, people move. So when we recreated that as ourselves, I was like, we the aunties.
This feels nice.
We the aunties.
But family, I'm talking about blood. Blood, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandmas, like, grandma's giving you the tea on what it is that you need to look out for and the things to come. I ain't had none of that.
When I think of family, I think of the movie Soul Food.
I do too.
I think of Soul Food. And I'd be like,
too.
Everybody owes Terry an apology. Everybody owes Terry an apology.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Rosita, how do you feel about family?
I feel like you.
Yeah.
Well, I agree with Jaleesa because I made and recreated my own family through my friends because I didn't have that. I didn't have grandparents. I met my dad when I was like 35. So I didn't have that other side. My sister and my brother, they live far away. So you'll call that an estranged relationship. So I feel as an adult, you can make it your own.
Yeah.
And I like being able to have the people that have earned their place in my life because then I know they will never disappoint me. I don't have to look for love, in all the wrong places. I have it here. They're a phone call away. So they're my family.
I love you, friend.
That was nice. All right, so the bonnet ended up by Mike B, but y'all can't see. So, Mike B, what did you pick?
I picked a really fun one.
How you know? You ain't even opened it yet.
I see the top. I wrote them. Love and relationships.
Love and relationships.
Love and relationships. And I feel like we could talk about this one all day.
Love and relationships. Just love
Yes.
and relationships doesn't mean what kind of relationship.
I think so. It's like relationships with your significant other. And
But what if
So I don't want to
Love.
give y'all too much tea of what was going on with me, but I have found the love of my life. And I
wait, not the collective.
right, like it's giving a real podcast. Like I literally found the love of my life on the beach. Like not like it was super random. It was super weird. And all I want to say on that topic is to allow love to come in your life. Like if that person is continuously loving on you in ways that you notice, like, oh, this might be a little bit different. Like, bitch, this ain't the same type of love that I received before. I think that you should kind of like pay attention to it and hone in on it and be comfortable in it. Because I'm still learning that. My partner is loving on me, and there's a difference between like love, I love you, and love on you.
Yes.
He loves on me, and I don't know how to accept that. It makes me.
Now
if y'all don't stop podcasting sound, right? Like it's very much like it was very difficult for me to be like, especially this kind of person that I am. Like I'm the fun one. I'm the one that's he's also the fun one, and I just be like, how do you have this amount of attention towards me? Like,
That's
why
beautiful.
do you love me like
but
this?
that's beautiful, friend.
I think so. And have you communicated that with him?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time. I tell him that all the time, and he says to me, he's like, how could I not?
Oh.
Well,
I have a question though. So he loves on you. Could it be that he loves on you because of your personality? Yeah, you guys are the same as far as like being bubbly, fun, but is your personality like his?
No.
Right. So that's why it's easier for him to do that for you.
Completely two opposites.
That's why. It's your style. It's your
It's
It's
her
your
love
being.
language.
yeah. Like he can
See through the
sense
bullshit?
it. Yeah. You know, and
Oh.
give you what you need even though you don't want it. And sometimes that's what love is about, sacrificing yourself for the betterment of someone else. So he's literally telling you like,
But-
you might not like it, but you know.
No, it's making me feel like
Cringe.
Jesus Christ, that's so much. But like,
But then how would you
I'm
feel
still
if
in
he
therapy,
didn't?
y'all.
Yeah, but
I'm
what
still
if-
dealing with it.
But what if he didn't?
What if he didn't?
Right.
Like, what if he didn't do that?
Then
wouldn't be
y'all
her-
know what he would be.
You're right.
See,
He
that's
would
what
still
I'm
on the
saying.
beach. Yeah. But
On to the next, like,
yeah, still on the beach. On the beach.
Right, y'all already know me. I would be on to the third, fourth, fifth. Like, I gotta see which one works for me. But he stuck around, and
The fourth, fifth, sixth.
I think, well, looking at love from how I used to view it in my teenage years and my early adult years, I am like, I can't believe people get married at these young ages, like 22 and 24, because I'm now and I'm here, you know, I'm only 25. But like, you know,
girl,
In her mind.
25-ish.
25-ish. You know, now that I'm older and I'm looking, I'm like, I do not view marriage and being with someone in the same way. So I know it's just so much work.
Could it be the love that you experience that you feel that way?
I just think it's a lot of work. It could be, but I know I hear things from women in the salons and throughout our friendships, like we kind of live the same kind of.
It has similarities, but I also feel like it comes up with your upbringing though. Like she was saying, like, do you feel like how you've been loved or what you're taught or what you've seen to know what love is? You know, like you see grandparents back then and they loved each other. They had 16 kids, you know, type of a thing. Like my great grandmother had 16 kids.
They tolerated each other.
But perhaps, but I wasn't there. But it worked. They made it work for them. And the same way that we're sitting there trying to figure things out and making it work for us, you're trying to deal with like, well, this person is loving on me and not trying to be so like, why are you doing this? But you're still figuring those things out. And I feel like your upbringing has a lot to do with it. It's, you know, some people come from these single parent households or you inspire and it's like, well, you go to school, you get married, have the white picket fence and have the kids. Like that's what you're just taught. So you think like that's what love is, just with a combination of how you were brought up. Like what went on in your household. But you're going to follow these steps and you'll succeed. But that's not right.
Like I've never seen my parents.
Like that is not right.
I've never seen my parents be affectionate towards each other.
Okay.
I've
And
never seen that
that's
before.
why
I
your
was so
style is
opposite.
that way.
My dad is like the most affectionate person I think I've
Sounds
ever
like
met.
the older version of my husband.
Oh my gosh, he like if you want to say loves on, he loves on my mother. He rubs her face and her back and he kisses her and honey and this and I'm always like, damn, dude.
Isn't that beautiful? Like
It's
all of
beautiful
these
to
years
see.
later.
It's beautiful to
did
see.
Do you
It's-
appreciate?
Are you affectionate?
I appreciate it now, but I don't think I'm that affectionate. But
'Cause
I
you're
also
not.
think that that you learn things in the relationships that you're in, and maybe I started out really affectionate, but I may have learned through my relationship and his style to
'Cause it
be
cha-
less affectionate.
Right.
Based
I
on
can
who
attest
you're
to
with.
that.
Yeah.
I can attest
Based
to
on who
that.
you're with, you have to adjust.
So do you feel like you give more hugs and kisses now, Jaleesa?
Probably
I
not.
feel like I don't give, but I receive,
I
it
receive
more.
it.
No.
No, like I
Oh.
sit, I'm
But that doesn't-
okay
but
with
that's
it.
not what I asked.
Do I give them out more?
Yeah, like are you now reciprocating based off of what he's giving?
Yes. Like it happened after therapy.
Okay.
It happened after therapy because him and I had a session together and we spoke about certain things and I was just like, dang, like that's how you see me for real? For real?
Yeah.
And I apologize. Like, and even now, I always come to you and I'm like, well, what do you think? Do you think I was too mean? Do you think I was too this? Do you think I was too that? Because now I'm more conscious and I'm more aware of how he feels. Like, he is He's hardcore but sensitive. Like, hard exterior but very sensitive on the inside. And he allows me to be that hard shell but still kind of be like, I'm sorry.
He accepts you for
who
are.
I
That's
am.
a good thing.
Acceptance of someone is love. That's like real love.
Yes, but it's hard.
It's
so hard.
It's super hard.
It is so hard. Like, the laundry basket is right there. Why you can't just put your clothes in it?
I also think that because Whitney brought up like her great grandparents, like what those women were tolerating in those days are not the same thing that us women are tolerating now.
Toxic.
And it was very much like the men go out, they bring home the bacon, the woman takes care of the household, they're folding the laundry, they're taking care of their kids, and then they come together and everybody seems
and now we got to
happy.
split half.
Exactly. And that's how I feel.
And now we splitting the bills and we both going out to work. So why is there no change on the men as a man?
Because we don't set those expectations for them.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Wait.
Hold on. Rosita, you got something to say?
We got a finger.
Some people don't set the expectation,
I
and
can say that
means you don't communicate.
That's the majority, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're also being taught to speak up as women.
Yes.
Women didn't have a voice back in the day. So,
Right.
like, we didn't get to vote. We didn't get to do those things.
But after that.
But now that we are here and we are more successful than a lot of these men, what we need you for?
No, we need them.
We do.
We
I
need
know, but a
them.
lot of times women ask those questions like, what are you here for?
What do you...
You're here for love.
Love.
You're here for love. You're here for companionship.
No, 'cause
You want that beauty that
Tina
Mike
Turner
has,
said,
where
what
daddy
love
is
got
now
to do with
loving
it?
and kissing on the
No.
face, and like
No.
I have now my life partner that is going to be there with me through thick and thin.
That's what you
and
want.
Yeah,
You want
like,
to die and grow old with someone.
Right. You see, all like now that we're speaking out, and we're like, we're not tolerating this, and now you're growing old, and now you're by yourself.
You're
Some
not
people
meant to
choose
be in
not to have that mom
isolation.
life, right, and not have kids. So now you don't have that person that's with you to, hey, like, let's just watch a movie tonight. Let's have dinner. Where it's like now your friends or your other family, even blood family members, they're doing their family thing and you're stuck at home and you're by yourself. But doesn't,
Yeah.
you want, I mean, I don't know. That's something that I would want to have that person with me. It doesn't necessarily have to be your husband, but you want
a
someone to
No, it's gonna be
enjoy.
my
I think
life.
our roles have all evolved and our expectations haven't necessarily followed that.
I think I can see that.
can
Yeah,
see that
makes
too.
a lot of sense.
I think on both sides, on the guy's side and on the woman's side, right?
I can
like
see that.
a lot of guys I talk to, they're like, "Well, you a pretty face, you got a nice body, but what else?" So
And we
they
say
also
the same thing
and we
too.
say, I know,
Like,
but we usually
You
talk
say
about
smart,
it.
you got a big dick,
to the
but what
table
else?
if I bring the
Correct.
table. You know
Correct.
what I
Yeah.
mean?
Correct.
So do you
So
bring
I
another
think
table?
everybody's raising their standards and raising what they want in a partner, and I think that is evolving, but we're not having conversations on how that really looks.
Yes.
Like, what does that
I
really
think
look
we're-
like in a
we're
household?
Figuring it out now. Like we're in it now. That's
But
why.
that's life.
That's why there's so many people who are not in relationships. I see
Right.
so many. I grew up with tons of people who got married and are now divorced, and they're young. So like they're figuring it out because it's not working anymore.
But some people, they do stay though too. That's the other flip side.
Yeah, but and it's great to stay. I'm a very much family oriented person.
Right. So
I
some
think
See, and that's where it gets muddy for me. Because I watched my mom be this strong, independent woman and be with this man. But through the background, I wasn't really aware of what was going on until I got older. And then I'm like, now I see why you left. Like,
Yeah.
now I see why you picked up your child and you took it upon yourself to leave. Because it was like act 1, act 2. Oh, yeah, act 3, I'm out.
Yeah.
I can't continue to deal with this. And I feel like that's where I learned this perseverance, where like this no nonsense kind of business, because my mom is very much that kind of no nonsense kind of person.
Yeah,
like,
see? So
treat
it's your
me
upbringing.
like this, and if you don't, I'm gonna give you a chance once. All right, I'm gonna give you a chance a second time. You pushing it, and now
After
I'm
3
gone.
strikes, you're out.
But now, see, on the flip side, where my situation was different, where your mom said, you know what, I'm going to pick up my child and we going to do bad by
We gonna
ourselves.
figure it out,
We going to
yeah.
figure it out. I got this. I got my baby. Where it's like, okay, you go through the motions. You done had your parents there the whole time. Now you grown, and now
They're
y'all
not
decide
together.
to divorce and leave, and now it's like...
Yeah, because you big.
But
Go
the
to
thing
therapy.
is, exactly, they look, the mom or maybe the dad say, hey,
they might have stayed together.
I'm going to stay together because we have a child and we have to do what we have to do for this child. But they're unhappy.
Right.
But they don't realize that
and
the
that
children
causes its
see
own.
that also.
So you're saying that they should have separated a long time ago.
Yeah, I feel so
because it
personally.
teaches
I don't
your
disagree.
child
The
to do the
nerve
same.
of you. Your mother put you first. You at the forefront.
But she has to put herself
She
first.
was
Right,
Correct.
because there are studies,
But she
there are
didn't.
shows
But she
that
didn't.
that was, I mean, on the flip side, I could also say it was very traumatic moving all the damn time. Like, it's either good or bad, but what I
Yes.
took from it was, I agree with you, Whitney. I am a firm believer in if you are unhappy, that shit, it exudes through you.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
It wears on you.
especially
It
the
does.
little people, the kids that you
Yes.
have, they are so much more intuitive
Right.
to
Than we
everything
think.
than you think. Because I can remember times that happened to me when I was a kid and watching my mom, and I'm just like, I should have never seen that.
Right.
Yeah.
I should have never been exposed to that. But had I took it upon myself to be the adult and be like, nah, enough is enough.
But that's where the therapy comes into place, and the traumatic experience in me as a parent being very much conscious and very much aware of what I'm doing, so that way those things don't translate to my children, because relationships are gonna have problems.
All of them.
You know, all of them,
All
even
of
the
them.
best ones,
Friendships,
even the ones on Instagram that you don't even know have the problems.
And then
have
you
the
see a
problems.
letter saying such and such is split up. I'm taking the time to make this video.
And now we want it to be private.
You know, I wish
all
you guys would
public.
respect our privacy in this moment
After you
right
done
now.
shared all the tea.
Like, excuse me.
Now I need to
I'm
follow
on
up.
season.
Like, what happened?
This is season 1 of your drama, and I need to be in on it
Right,
because
what happened?
You had me on episode 2.3. I was seeing y'all
I'm
in
over
love.
here having
Why y'all
arguments
broke
in the
up?
house like, you're not doing this, he's doing this, and look at her, she's so happy. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Right.
Right. So it's very
Evolution. Pretty much.
so it's so love and relationship. That's
Love
what
and
you said?
relationships,
It's
yeah.
hard, and you just have to be patient. I believe that's the end goal for me. Patience
And
is a virtue.
communication.
I'm with you
Yes,
on that one. That
top
communication
tier.
is top notch key.
And I have
top
learned
tier.
that time and time again. Like, I'm still saying sorry, like, even when I don't want to.
We could talk about communication, but in our culture, that is something that we learned later as adults.
It
and
is.
I have to we all agree.
Yes.
So can you imagine learning communication in the same instance of figuring shit out?
Yes.
That's tough.
That's
It is
life.
tough.
That's tough. We
tough,
are in a
though.
tough
Because
spot.
had we had that learning earlier on about communication, we would be so much more further.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's more than just communication. It's emotional intelligence. It's conflict
Where were these
resolution.
lessons in school?
I mean, we learn conflict
Where were the
resolution.
lessons?
We learn
I
critical
learned lessons
thinking.
from our parents.
Right,
Like,
and
our
I feel like at
parents,
home.
our caregivers were the models that we are replicating right now to this day. So
Yeah.
I feel that if we had better role models, or their lives were played out a little bit differently, we would be different, because we are the conditions of our life from a child.
yes.
So if we saw that conflict, if we saw our moms doing it alone, and
Right.
we thought that it's okay, like single parents, yes, but it's not okay. We're not meant to be in isolation. And I feel like if we were taught that when we were growing up, like, yes, I just wasn't happy. I wasn't, like, if our parents were eager to share their true feelings
Right.
about
Then
what they
we're
were going
open.
to.
Right.
Because even when I was growing up, my mom never told me anything about her feelings. So I always assumed that she was always angry, but she was always going through something. And that's what I do differently with my children. It's like, listen, I am not right now. I cannot deal, so that they know that it's okay to have emotions. So it's all about emotional intelligence. But we are not going to just learn that overnight. It's taught. Experiences teaches us that. Our friendships teaches us that. Life teaches us that. But if we had a head start, like Jaleesa said, from a childhood, we would not be going through so much turmoil right now.
I say all the time, my parents set us up. Like, they didn't let us know.
They didn't. They kept
And so is
like,
the whole
it was
world
fine.
just in the same
Right.
spot?
It's
Because you
the
go to social
generation.
It's to
media.
protect. So
and
we
it's all the
do that at
same.
work.
Babies.
So we do that at work, where we protect our employees. They don't even know the half of what goes on
in
behind in the business, behind the
I
scenes.
stopped that a long time ago.
You know what I mean?
I definitely was more. I become more open because I realized that I need to be. I'm human. This is a real thing. I'm doing something really real. So I gotta let y'all know. And it came from a place before of trying to be professional, trying to keep everything cute and in the wrap. So I can see how, adults would do that too. Like they can't see a sweat.
Right.
We gotta make sure they don't see a sweat, because if they see a sweat, then we failed.
But we need to know reality.
And
that's why
so I
we
need to
grew
see
up.
you sweat.
Yes.
I need to know, like, I can see myself in you, because
Yes.
if you keep portraying this perfectionism, it makes me feel like I have to be perfect, although I shouldn't be.
I struggle with that.
That whole imposter syndrome, me
struggle
and
with
Whitney were
that.
speaking about that. It just is a real thing. So I feel like the more people are open to showing their true selves, it can then help someone else.
Agreed.
Like, I see you in me. You're
Yes.
going through that.
Oh,
wow,
wow.
like I'm not alone.
And that's why I like TikTok.
And
because
this is why I love this
And they
this
try to shut it
episode.
down.
I know,
And I love this
right?
episode because it gives,
Clarity.
gives clarity on
Yes.
the experiences that we all are facing. And I say this to Mike B all the time. I'm like, I go on Instagram and I see this one and this one. They all doing the same thing we're doing. Like, it's like we're all in a line. We all trying to figure it out. We all trying to eat right. We all trying to work out now. We all trying to be
Yes.
entrepreneurs. Like,
There's a
we are
meme.
all in it. And it's
I wanna
like,
know that
wow.
meme. What's that
There's a
You know?
meme that's going around that says, so I have to water my plants, eat right, work out 6 times a day, have a social life. In addition to that, know what's the latest trends that are going. Like, and she's going down the list of things that we all have to do. And it's like,
we all
the
feel we have to
pressure
do.
is getting worse. Like, it's so much
It's
that
so
we have
much,
yeah.
to do. And
Yeah.
it's like, I just need a
Does it
break.
feel like it? Does it feel like it? Because it's
It
when you
is.
write it down, then you see it. But when you're actually doing it, it kind of feels like it.
No.
Because
I say it feel like
I'm feeling it, girl. Because
Are you? All right, so when you
turned
wake up
every
in the
way but
morning,
loose.
all right. So when you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you put on your clothes, you grease your skin, you do all of these things. If you wrote it down, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it all like this.
I
But
know
if
what she's
you're
trying to
in
say.
that moment and doing
Doing
it,
it.
and it's repetition, you're not actually feeling it
Because
unless
we
you sit
conditioned.
down.
Because
Right.
we conditioned.
Condition.
We're
I think it's about
conditioned.
building the habit.
We're conditioned.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you are in therapy and you start to have an awakening, that is when you start to begin to believe that, okay, these things that I am doing as muscle memory, it's
Yeah.
a trauma response to something. It's me doing these things
Yes.
because
Right.
I've been trained
Yeah.
to do this. And then when you start to become aware about it, you're like, oh shit, I can't be doing this.
Yeah.
Let me
this
pivot.
This is not healthy.
I feel like hit it right there.
Let me pivot.
I was trained 100%. Like, get up, make that bed. There's no dishes. Like, I have a routine, a schedule that I follow to the T.
Yes, schedule
and if I
girl.
do not,
Hear this one.
oh my goodness,
the end of the world.
My whole day is messed up.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
simply not making my bed.
My bed. Yeah.
That's
Yeah, when you go by
whole
Whitney
day.
House,
Yes.
you cannot have
I love
fingerprints
that.
on the refrigerator.
Right, and that's just because that's what I was conditioned.
You know
that's
how
what
much-
I was brought up to do.
Yeah, so it's nothing to it's
It's-
nothing.
right.
That's why.
But
And
it's a lot.
But
It's a
I
lot.
recently had a conversation with my mother about it, and she was like, "Whitney, like, this is your house. You can do what you want to do. Like, you don't have to do."
I can have ice cream for breakfast.
Wow.
Because she is seeing,
Wow.
she's seeing herself
serious.
in
Oh,
you.
wow.
She's seeing how you are operating. And she's
Replicating.
like, she's
Whitney,
in
that's
the
so
space.
deep.
Like,
She's in the space of
and
a
I
break.
recently had this conversation, and it's funny. Like, I've gone over to like even another one of a family member's house, like a cousin's house, and my mom gets into like that straight mode, like we're gonna clean and we're gonna do this and help out, and it's like my friend turns to me, is like, I see where you get it from, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, like it just
We
just
are
hit me.
our mothers.
Right, it hit me, and I didn't realize that, and I'm like,
When I had
don't
told the
have to make this
kids,
bed.
it's either you in or you out. That's how I knew it. I'm my mother.
Yeah.
I'm my mother.
Yeah. When I start going, the things on the floor, get this this up, do this. And I'd be like, and I walk away, damn, I sound like my mother.
Right.
You know, like, no.
No, I'm not my mother. No.
I know I'm gonna be my mother.
I am totally intentional.
Okay.
You know,
Meanwhile, I'm trying to be like mine.
No,
I'm
That
trying.
pad and pen, girl.
My mom don't have a pad and pen. That's the thing. She's just so like.
It just happened.
She just like was made to be a mom. I feel
But
like.
you know what? I feel like when you are a mom of multiples, you have to do things like that. When you start having those extra, you got 2 and 3 and 4 kids to sit there to take care of.
You gotta
have that mindset.
Granted, she's not perfect, but she definitely
like,
made it look easy.
and that's why I say they set us up.
She made it look easy to me. Like
Yeah.
to me, it was like it seems like everything was so second nature. So when I'm in it now, and I'm like, this is hard.
it's
She's
hard.
like,
It's
girl,
hard.
But
No,
I
it's
know,
not.
like it's something that we could definitely consider and do on our own. Like they get it because they've been doing it.
Yeah.
And I think in getting back to relationships, like with significant others, I think a lot of guys have grown up seeing their moms do
everything.
all the things and was like, well, she was good, so
That's
I want
the
my
exact
wife to be
opposite
on
for
it
me.
too. Meanwhile, mom was not really good doing it. But like y'all said, she never communicated that.
Well, in the
she didn't want them to
it's
see her
actually
sweat.
the reverse.
What you mean?
Like it's a lot of the men that are doing those things
In the Caribbean?
They're doing a lot of the domestic work.
Where
So
we
they're
going?
That's new to me.
Yeah, they're washing, they're cleaning. Sometimes you have mothers that like leave their child with the men and continue on with their
Might have
lives.
just been the area that you was at.
No,
Yeah.
girls,
Yeah.
it's a higher percentage of the men taking care of their kids and doing
is that
the
now?
things.
That's now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about
Then
back
it
in the day.
is. Yeah.
That wasn't it.
Well, I wouldn't know about back in the day, but
Back
right
in the
now,
day, that wasn't it. That wasn't it.
right now,
No,
the men and them, they
No,
taking care of the
no,
babies.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
They cooking, they cleaning, they
I
doing
like
all the
that.
domestic
Me
thing.
too.
I love that.
Too,
I love
girl.
that.
Me
I'm
too.
50.
I mean,
How
I
do
had
you
an
guys
old
feel
school
about
dad that
50?
did everything. Oh.
Okay, he did.
Yeah, like he cooked, he cleaned,
Clean.
he knew how to sew. Like my
Yeah.
dad is a big one of 11, so
Right. He had to
you
do
know, he was
everything.
older, so he had to step up and learn how to do those things. So like my mom had, in a sense, they worked together, like teamwork, and making sure those things
That's
happened.
dope.
So
100, 100.
right,
love
guys
it.
now they
I
like
love it,
100.
100.
It's 100, 100. It's not 50-50 for me.
That's
No,
us,
it's 100,
yeah.
100 because it's like the certain things that you can't do or certain things that I can't do. You know, you
natural
fill the gap.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
you fill the void, and then it becomes like we're one.
Right.
You
I
know,
have a question. So what if the man is the one who's the domesticated one and you're the one that's making all of the money?
What's wrong with that?
That's
My money is his money.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my money is
That's a
his
whole
money.
nother
I'm just saying. It is. But that's for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Right.
not like
Right.
everyone else,
Right.
but it is because if he's at home doing what needs to be done and I'm coming in and I don't like doing the dishes, I don't like doing laundry, and he's picking up that slack. Oh yes, I got you, boo.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. It's not about here you get a little piece or not. No, you get the card, you get the account, you live because I know. If you take care of me, I take care of you, and that's 100 for 100.
Rosita, do you have trust issues?
No, I don't have
Makes
trust.
sense.
I don't have trust issues anymore. You know what I mean? I had
No,
to
but
heal from
I
that.
feel her. That
Yeah,
makes so
I had
much
to.
sense.
I had to heal from the trust issues because if I would have still had trust issues, then
wouldn't
that
feel
it would
that
have been
way.
like, oh, you do this, then I do that. It's more transactional, and that's not what I'm for. I want you to love on me the way that I receive love so that I can learn you and then love on you the way that you receive love. And even though it's different for both of us, we still come together as one, you know? It's just one love. One heart.
Well, you just made my heart smile because I
get
always
together.
reference
Yes.
music and they be over me.
No, but she did it so elegantly.
I
so
love
good.
it. I just learned something new today.
Well,
Aw,
I love this,
I love
guys.
that.
Well,
We should come again.
okay.
This
You
is
guys
so
should
much
come again. We did a whole
fun.
rotation, so that was dope.
Yeah.
That was really
Yes.
nice.
Well,
really
thank
Our
you guys
energies
so
are
much for
so-
listening.
I know, we are
Rosita,
insane.
tell the people where they can find your products.
You can find my product at www.earthbyroro, EARTHBYRORO.com. Instagram is earthbyroro as well. And just come on over to the natural side.
Yes, because I know Josh and you guys. It's actually really, really good.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Yes, so I
thank
just
you,
want to thank
Whitney, for
everyone for listening.
coming.
Thank you, ladies, for coming in and having Salon Chat with us. We want you guys to also let us know who you want to see next. Who would you like to see on the couch doing Salon Chat?
What do you guys
I
talk
love the
about when you go
salon
to the
chat.
salon?
Yes.
We go to the salon. We talk
chat.
about music. We talk about relationship. We talk about work. We talk about
Yeah.
kids.
What do you guys
So
want to hear about?
That's why we thought it would be cool to add this element into it, into the
But we're
episode.
going to have different people.
Of course. So you guys can come back. We can do this again.
Absolutely.
Everybody has an
Listen, we
opportunity.
always got to get our
coming
hair
through.
done.
It is.
I love salon chat. It should
Yes.
definitely be, both
Add it to the
times a month.
rotation.
Yeah, add it to the
Okay.
rotation.
Add it to the
Four
month.
times a month. 5 times a month.
Yes.
You might
I like
see
that.
these young ladies again.
Yes.
Beautiful faces.
Well, I thank you guys so much for tuning in to Everyone Wants 100%. Remember, you can find us on YouTube or you can listen whenever you get your podcast fix. And this is another episode of
Everyone wants 100%.
Yay! Bye.